No, it's nice. It's really, really nice. That I'd like to try.
Welcome to another installment of the Final Scoop podcast. My name is Robert Schinetsky. Joining me as always is my international band of brothers that just rolled out of bed. Shane Smith, Stack.com, Lukasz Night Owl, Rytkowski, Prometeus Intelligent Sports Technology, Robert the Russian Crusher Samborsky, Apollon Nutrition, who's barely made it on time before we went live with the podcast. Thank you for joining me, my friends. Lukasz, I know you've had a busy day. So we definitely appreciate you staying up extra late for us, and it looks like it's dark 30 there in Warsaw. But for listeners tuning in the live stream, thank you for joining us. You guys got any comments, questions, queries, quips, smart aleck remarks, feel free to post them up. We'll get to anything and everything for as long as Lukasz can stay awake today. If he falls asleep halfway through the podcast, we'll just call it quits then and get on to bigger and better things to do with our lives. So let's start off right there, Lukasz. So what was the expo? How was it? What was the turnout? All of that stuff.
Yeah, you know what? So the expo is called FIVE. It's every year basically right now in Poland, in Warsaw. Back in the days, it was for like 3 days, from Friday to Sunday, but now they cut it off. I think it's basically due to the situation,
The flu, the flu situation.
Yeah, the flu. Oh, okay, let's call it the flu.
The flu situation.
So we don't get demonetized.
Exactly.
We still are, but who cares?
Fuck it.
Fuck it, yeah. So this year it's Saturday and Sunday. I'm just like for the Saturday because it would be a waste of Sunday to stay here. Just to sum things up, the expo is pretty small. They split it into like 2 halls. Back in the days, there were like 3, so it's a big cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, one hall is only with gym equipment and girls that have big asses and like to shake them. And the other hall is with supplements, that are like half banned and half should be banned.
Well, we're going to show a picture. This was Lukasz stocked up on this stuff. For all the listeners, this is what Lukasz decided to stock up on.
And guys, keep in mind, the ingredients that are on the panel are banned in Poland. So I really don't know how the hell these guys even get trouble. Get them out there, at the expo.
Look at this glorious thing.
Yeah.
1,3 DMA is the first ingredient in there. I can't even imagine how much is actually in there. And then you get a lightly dosed caffeine and beta-alanine and yohimbine.
2.6.
And the best part is that it's produced in UK, as you can see.
England quality.
Yeah, so probably some English bath or something,
Yeah. They're mixing the review bros are mixing it up in their bathtub.
2.6. That's like minimum 600 milligrams.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, it could also be a gram. And
yeah.
But look how cheap it is. It's what 50 servings.
Yeah. It's just crack and stem.
And honestly, I don't remember the price, but it wasn't that expensive. But as far as like other stuff, there was like a big booth of Kevin LeBron. He still has a big presence in European market. And
was he there?
Yeah, he was there, but I was not the person that was like waiting in line. I'm sorry about that, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Besides that, there were like, Polish brands, Fitness Authority, All Nutrition, Ostrovit, and that's basically it.
No Olymp?
No Olymp?
No Olymp, which was, I was really surprised, and also no Track, which was like also a big surprise for me. There was a small booth of Cytec Nutrition.
Apollo Hegemony was there?
No. They're not that kind of brand that is participating in those kind of events.
Okay.
They basically are like chilling and like focusing on releasing products instead of like participating in those kind of shows.
Yeah.
But there were like tons of like brands that I didn't know with functional foods. So basically, like I don't know if you could like sum this entire expo. There were like cookies, peanut butter, and like all different stuff that is like produced with like almond powder and so on. So yeah, that's basically it.
Is the almond butter and like walnut butter craze as big over there as it seems to be over here? Like where everybody and their mother's scared to death of peanut butter?
Yeah, it's really popular. Plus, the Polish brands are like putting big impact into like making formulas that are with Polish honey.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something different. It tastes great. I can complain about that.
Yeah.
There's like a local brand called Krukam, and they offer like all different kinds of spreads from like pure butters, from like peanut butter, almond butter, pistachio, macadamia, pecan, and so on. And they do also mixes with honey, mixes with chocolate, those kinds of things. So yeah, that's pretty delicious.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Jojo, what's going on, Jojo? We got some people commenting that we haven't seen tune in for a while. So either YouTube like knocked us out and hit us when we were going live, or these people would actually have a life and they're too busy to tune in and talk to us on Saturday. Chapilla, glad you guys are going strong. I cycled through the first 40 episodes offline while I was away. Yeah, man, that was we're up to 63 now.
That's what I call dedication, man.
Yeah, but
40 episodes.
I wouldn't even want to listen to us.
Cristobal, yo. Zandandito. I love how long this has been going, how consistent at that. Even when issues pop up, you guys make it work. Hell yeah. I mean, as long as at least two of us can make it, we're gonna do it. Even with Shade looks like shit and sounds like fuck, we're gonna be You look like you're on the struggle bus today, Shade. You look like you're on the struggle bus, man.
Yeah, man, you look like shit today.
No,
You look like shit today.
It's only because of the hair. Because the hair looks all shit.
No,
Well,
man.
you look tired, like your face. Like
No.
when we first pulled
No,
up,
but
you look.
it's set up because of the hair. The hair, if your hair looks off. Look, two of the guys here are bald, so it's hard to fucking tell, okay?
Fuck off.
If your hair was like burnt, people would be like, oh, you must be having a bad day, right? My hair's all scruffy, like, you must be having a bad day. It doesn't give me a great look. And I've been in lockdown for 4 weeks now, so I haven't had time to get a haircut. Probably due for one soon.
Yeah, I mean the lockdown look looks like a used dildo.
Yeah. Used dildo multiple times. An overused dildo.
No, it's okay. I mean, you're just getting old. Isn't it your birthday coming up tomorrow?
How the fuck did you know that?
I have my sources.
Damn,
He's
Robert.
messaged you or something. That's the only
Happy
source.
birthday, Happy birthday, Shane.
Happy birthday, Shane.
Nicky had to have messaged you because no one else in my life talks to anyone.
Well, anyway, all bullshit aside, although you look like shit today, you sound like fuck. You drink God
I
knows
sound
what.
fine.
Yeah,
I sound fine.
yeah, for a man that is about to turn 1 year older, you sound okay. But in any case,
34.
34.
Yeah,
Okay.
you sound crisp today.
Thank you.
happy birthday, Shane.
Brooke, aspire to be as beautiful as Lucas. We all do. It's all those mushrooms that are keeping Lucas young.
It's the mood lighting.
Thank you, bro. I truly appreciate that. Yeah, it's
Even-
fucking
even
dark
though-
out. It's
even
fucking
though
dark in
there's-
Warsaw already. And it's like, what? Hey, yeah.
John, happy Saturday, John. Cristobal, I remember the 50th episode like yesterday. Yeah, I mean, that was 3 months ago now. Because we do one episode a week. That's 4 weeks in a month. Episode 50. Yeah, it's like 3 months ago, man. Damn.
Shane, by the way, what's the status of the lockdown?
We're still waiting to find out. We find out tomorrow.
As long as it's before your 35th birthday, we're good.
No,
Yeah.
what? Oh, 30 yeah.
Oh no, they'll be on like double
mean-
Delta. They'll be on like the double D variant or something.
Yeah, I'm
They'll be on
referring
double
this.
Delta.
I'm
Triple
referring
lambda.
to our next food eating challenge. So yeah, keep us.
The only reason I'm not completely sad right now is because I believe that I'm going to be dining out on McDonald's this Wednesday, which would be good, no matter what happens. Well,
There we
actually, not
go.
no matter what happens, because if we're still in level 4, then I won't be dining out at all. But if
By the way,
all goes well, I'm buying a fuckload of McDonald's, regardless.
you know what? Every time when I'm passing through McDonald's, I see your happy face. But every goddamn time I'm passing through sex shop, I always see Robic. I don't know fucking why. Bro, today I was like going through Warsaw, through Centrum and some other areas. Bro, they got so many varieties. It's insane.
Are we,
I was
are we talking about sex right now at McDonald's? You lost me.
Bro, both.
Oh, here you go.
I don't even know where to go from here.
That's it. I'm fucking. Lucas, say something else.
Do you have to do is it a 2-horse carriage or a 4-horse carriage to get from your home up to Warsaw?
Oh, bro. I got a really good train, really good connection. But it's
Do they still use this the choo-choo, the ones with the big smoke that come out
The
the
coal,
front?
you got to shovel the coal to get the engine going.
no,
Okay.
unfortunately not. We have electric. So yeah, we're all good. But you know, the funny thing is that yesterday I had a very smooth, trip. It was only like 5 hours, and I was already in Warsaw. But my brother was taking the exact same train today, and he got fucked up, and the train got messed up, so he got like late for like 2 hours. He was standing in he was standing somewhere and just like waiting for the crew to repair the train. So yeah,
Yikes.
that wasn't fun.
It's funny that everyone's putting those jokes on Poland when typically people make those jokes about New Zealand because it's in the middle of fucking nowhere and, it's population 4 million or 5 million or some shit.
Damn.
You know what? Thing is that when you come to Poland, they're like, what the fuck is going on here? It's like they think that we have like a North Pole here or something, and on the streets you can find the bears or something. While it's on every corner sex shop and McDonald's.
That's just Europe. That's just Europe, isn't it? It's just.
Yeah, man.
Everything's just out in the open there.
That's the Yankee mentality, man.
Yeah.
That's why we were gonna go live there for a few months because it's just one of the nicest places I've ever been to.
Crooked Forest, man.
When you get hungry, you go to McDonald's and then you walk right back into the sex shop and then you're fine. That's all you do. Just bounce between the two of them each day.
I look like a used dildo. I fit right in.
All pleasures in the goddamn world.
Brooke, hey y'all. You all are looking fresh.
Well, that's a lie.
Oh, thank you.
Only Shane.
Paul, I've got a supplement question. Well, that's good. We finally have one.
Oh, that's right. That's what we do.
That's what we're supposed to do. So on some ingredient panels, you'll see 200 to 1 extract saying it's equivalent to a much higher amount. Could you describe how this works?
If it's like 100 milligrams, they'd be like, oh, if you had 2 grams of this is actually.
Yeah, it's just like they concentrate it down, they remove the water of it. It's a concentrated kind of extract. Sometimes that actually means something, sometimes it doesn't. Like I know Magnum Nutraceuticals always used to make those big claims like this is equivalent to 10,000 milligrams or like 10 grams worth of astragalus when there's like 1 milligram or like 10 milligrams in there or something like that. A lot of it, you need to see like the actual COA. What are they standardizing for? What is the extraction process and the concentration process? Sometimes it's worthwhile. Sometimes it's not really at all. Like especially sometimes like you'll see that on mushroom powders and it'll say A-tone mushroom powder when really at all it's just ground up mushrooms. Like the mass may have been concentrated because they've gotten rid of all the water and all the other stuff that you don't need, but a lot of the times it's just a lot of it is very much hype.
I've seen a few brands. I think a lot of them in Australia. I don't know if you've seen it, and they just put like the 8 grams, like as the dose, and then in brackets. So it's I've seen it so many times, and it throws me off, and I'm like, well, there's not fucking 8 grams in there, is there?
No, yeah,
But
it's like a 3-gram scoop.
In the order of the list, they've got it. Like where let's say it would be 400 milligrams, they've just put like the equivalent of at 8 grams. I've seen it a few times, a lot of them in Australia, and it just fucking. I'm like, why do you do that? No one else is doing that. Come on, like
Nah,
it just throws people off.
Yeah, it's to make it seem like it's more potent than it actually is.
Yeah.
Is that green cola, Lukasz, in that glass?
Of course.
All right, it's time to kick the anthill. Thoughts on the new HyperMax Extreme formula?
Yay!
What is that?
Hey.
Applied Nutrition.
Yeah. AB.
Okay, Shane, since you're the only one on the panel that has actually tried HyperMax, can you give us your feedback or do a synopsis of the review that you wrote up on it?
I liked it. I thought it was really like from the previous version. It's like I said, the last one was 2019 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember what it was. It's the energy feels pretty much the same, maybe slightly less.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, the pumps were better, but that was kind of my note on the previous one was that the pumps were not very like great. Not that they weren't great, I didn't really notice too much in that area. That was always my knock on HyperMax. Even with the version before that, was that it always had great energy, good stem, good performance, but the pump was just... So I always felt like when he said that he was going to up the pumps in this one, I was like, I feel like it might have been my fault. But the the pumps were up. But see, I also feel like sometimes when the energy isn't like a big focus of a pre-workout or the energy isn't as intense, it paves the way to feel pumps and the other things a little more effectively.
Mm-hmm.
The endurance was as good, I would say, as the previous one. So for me, it's kind of the energy is a little bit down, and then the pumps were just made up for the difference. Really, it wasn't a huge leap forward. Like I remember the last HyperMax I had versus the one before that was fucking insane. That was the one I rated number 1.
Mm-hmm.
When it came out, it was a big leap for the energy, and even though the pump wasn't as good, like in terms of how good the energy was, that thing hit like a train, especially in 2000. I swear it was 2018 or
18, yeah.
Yeah, that thing at the time, like it was pretty fucking solid, and then I think Devastate overtook it for me, but yeah, there wasn't that leap in energy which I was kind of looking for.
Is it on par with the previous energy, or is it?
I mean,
so people can see the profile that we're talking about.
Because I never saw the profile when I wrote the review. I say it's a little bit less, but it's only because the pre-workouts, like back when I had that one in 2018. The pre-workouts I had at the time, the average wasn't as high as it is now. So the pre-workouts I'm used to having are all much, much higher. And so for me, it makes it feel even less than the previous one because the pre-workouts that it's got to compete with are much more on its level for simulation. So I would say, just based on the previous version and the current competition, it doesn't hit as hard, but again, the pumps make up for it. It's just, I I think I would call it just a more even balance of everything. So the energy doesn't stand out as much as it used to.
Yeah.
Above the other effects, but still a well-rounded thing. Like if you liked the previous one, pretty sure you're gonna like this one. But again, I kind of wanted that bump in stimulation that we got, but that's purely because I've had all 5-6 versions of HyperMax, and I've seen them each time they've gone up. They've all gone up on that stimulation side.
Yeah, I wonder if it a couple of the new additions. So obviously they have the 3D pump breakthrough in there, and the S7 in there in place of the Vaso 6 that was in the previous version. From like the energy and focus standpoint, a lot of it is the same. What is different is synephrine hydrochloride isn't in there anymore. They have a generic citrus rhanthium extract. Cocobutyrol has been added. And then the thing what I'm wondering if where we're missing something like the ass-kicking action is the neuro-PEA. So it's the urea-drurensis whole plant extract, and it's not just the N,N-dimethylphenethylamine citrate, which is just anecdotally tends to be a little bit harder hitting than just the whole urea-drurensis extract on its own. Now I haven't tried it yet, so I can't offer any anecdote for how the new one feels or hits or anything. But I'm just trying to juxtapose it between the previous version in terms of ingredients.
You know, I mean, actually, everything that Shane said, and I'll be honest, I haven't tried the pre-workout. I can go only based on what Shane said, and I trust his opinion, and you know, and what the label says, and obviously comparing it to the previous one. So, number one, I think what you said about NeuroPEA and area gerensis, I actually agree with that because I tried, obviously, both of them. I actually had NeuroPEA in one of our pre-workouts, and the extract hits slightly harder, definitely. You know, but slightly. I mean, it's not like, you know, do or die or something like a major difference, but it does hit faster and harder. Another thing is that, you know, on an energy level, if it hits slightly less, or maybe not even energy, but like euphoria itself, like cocobutyrol, I honestly, I prefer it in a fat burner, to be honest. In a pre-workout, and especially at that dose, I don't see it as anything that adds anything to the formula more than just a cool trademark, so to speak. So I completely can disregard that ingredient, even though it's a trademark. I think hordenine is missing, and that's a big factor for me. You know, it can be maybe because the decision was made to remove it, or maybe, you know, the manufacturer decided not to to include it because, I mean, don't forget, like Shane said, the previous one was 2018 on 2019, when I believe hordenine was not yet on the special list. So maybe that's the reason. So I cannot say because I simply don't know, but I know hordenine missing from the whole PEA, area gerensis, and hordenine, that threesome, so to speak. I think that definitely gonna impact the effects without a doubt. I mean, that's pretty much a proven that those three work, and we all know that PEA only lasts for a little bit, and hordenine is the one that enhances it. So that actually PEA is taking a hit by not having hordenine in it. And again, this is based on a label, and I do believe that the label is true, and I do believe that they're manufacturing it in a good facility. So we're going off the label. I would definitely assume that the energy, euphoria, and all that is definitely took a dip. Definitely. I mean, just again, I'm solely basing on a formula. Where I have slight confusion and difficulty, and again, I 100% trust Shane's opinion. I liked his review as well. But here's where I have a bit of a confusion, once again, based on the formula. So we have citrulline, we have the Pump 3D, right? So Pump 3D has 3 grams of citrulline, correct? And then they added another 3 grams of citrulline, which makes it 6 grams of citrulline, right?
Correct.
So the previous formula had also 6 grams of citrulline. Now, so we have equal amounts of citrulline in both formulas. Now, continue with the pump, because Shane said that the pump feels better. Again, not arguing, not disputing, because I didn't use it. So we have 6 grams of citrulline, which is typically a driving force in most pre-workouts when it comes to pump.
Yep.
The previous version had 300 milligram of VASO6, which I like. I like VASO6 a lot. I do prefer 600 milligram, but 300 milligram is still solid and still would contribute to it. Now over here, VASO6, which is a great ingredient, we all will agree, is replaced by a shitty ingredient, S7. No, I'm just, but, and then you have also, obviously, the 3D pump has glycerol, and what else does it have?
Amla.
So it has glycerol, and it has exactly the same amount of citrulline as the previous one. So the VASO6 is essentially replaced by S7, yet according to Shane, and again, I do believe him, the pumps feel better. And
Well, you're getting the polyphenols from the amla fruit too, which is going to be, that plus the S7 might be comparable to VASO6, possibly.
Yeah, so that's the only thing. So that's a combination that means superior to the previous formula, at least the way it feels. Mm-hmm. But essentially, here is my thing, and I am, I'm a fan of Performax. I'm a fan of the brand, and for me, just like I expected a little bit more from the formula itself. Again, I didn't use it. I do love the look. I think the look definitely improved. It's basically essentially like rebranding. It's just I expected a little bit more from the formula, I guess, like a little bit more of evolution. And this is not like anything negative. It's just that expectations that I had a little bit more. Now, to play devil's advocate, I don't think there is anything wrong with the formula also, because maybe they were trying to target a little bit more of a mainstream market and not go as, Apollon, go for the fucking kill and just, hardcore and all that. So that's, from a marketing and business perspective, is not necessarily a bad thing either. Mm-hmm. But it's just, like I said, I see it more as evolution in a product, in a brand itself, not the product, the brand. It's a better looking brand. It definitely, I think, appeals more to a wider range of consumers. I do see that, perhaps, more of a hardcore consumer, because like Shane said, 3-4 years ago, this was one of the top players in a game in terms of a hardcore product. In this day and age, as a hardcore product, probably won't even make a cut for a top 5. But as a well-rounded formula, and to hit a more mainstream market, looks-wise, presentation-wise, and obviously as a formula as a whole, I think it's a great product. So I think you can go either way on this one. Depends on what your preference is.
I might have to push back a little bit on the claim it's not a hardcore pre-workout. If you've got those exotic stems in there, they're still going to be hardcore.
Hooligan
Cellucor, Optimum, Ghost. None of those guys are using the exotic stems.
But don't forget, those brands were never targeting the hardcore market. Yeah. They were always, they had their own market. So I'm not saying that this is not a hard-hitting product. 400 milligram of caffeine combined with alpha yohimbe and combined with area durensis, this will hit. This is definitely slightly above. What I'm saying is that it's not the top hard-hitting pre-workout these days the way it was 5 years ago. That's all. But, it's still, I wouldn't call it an average. This is definitely above average for sure. It just didn't evolve like Shane said, previously. He said that the previous version compared to the one before that version, there was a huge leap in energy and everything else. In this one, it feels just about the same, but there was an evolution in hard-hitting, hardcore pre-workouts. But I
noticed something. They got a massive typo. Cocobuterol's got an A in it. They're missing it right here.
Dude, do you know how many brands spell that differently?
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous.
Spelled right here too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not alone.
Yeah, no, I know.
I would say maybe 70% spell it with the A. So many brands miss because it confuses the hell out of me.
Yeah,
but I like what Robert said. I think the thing is it is still hardcore, but it's less in that area. because most hardcore pre-workouts are about intensity.
Yeah.
Like if you can't really have a pre-workout that has 100 milligrams of caffeine and it be considered hardcore. It's mostly about the energy and stim. And I think that HyperMax really wanted to seem like stay more towards a core audience than and Robert is right because compared to 2018, there's a fuckload more hardcore high intensity pre-workouts out there. So and if they've tried to, hold back on leaping forward on the stim and go for a more balanced, well-rounded approach, I can see that. I like the balanced, well-rounded stuff. That's kind of like why I like Hooligan over Assassin. Like I prefer that one. But so I guess in the sense it's not the leap forward. It feels like more of a just a refining, I guess.
Yeah.
And to make it more well-rounded, and then like you say, that brings you to the more mainstream audience. But I still consider it one of my favorites purely because of that well-roundedness. And the pumps, it's a tricky one because, like I said, I'm not saying the pumps are phenomenal. That they're like not like a ghost pump or.
You just said that it's better than the previous one, which is fine.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's better
fine.
than the previous one, but the previous one I didn't think was that great.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a purely like pump pre-workout. So I mean, it's supposed to be like you said earlier, Shade. It's very well rounded, so it's kind of hitting. It does everything very, very well. It's not a standout in any one area. It's like a catch-all kind of like, hey, we're giving you everything. Nothing's maxed out to one end or the other, and I kind of realized the pun there, but it's everything. You're getting really, really solid on the money with the whole experience.
Yeah, but you know what? The thing is that the consumer is consumers. They typically very, very spoiled bunch. I mean, you had Ronnie Coleman probably was the best Mr. Olympia we've ever had in terms of size, conditioning, and all that. But Ronnie hasn't stepped on stage, and definitely hasn't stepped on stage at his best since 2003, 2004. I think 2004 probably. So ever since then, no disrespect to previous Mr. Olympias, the ones after him or the current one, but nobody attained that level that he had. Nobody, not one. I mean, he still ranks supreme. But if you go to the Olympia, even prior to COVID, you would see the attendance in the audience, the interest has gone substantially down. Why? Because everybody wants to see more freaks, bigger freaks, better freaks. That's the evolution, unfortunately. Look, I'm not gonna criticize myself, but I had few sort of complaints that Assassin V7, even though I think it's far better than V6, but I had few complaints that it's not stronger. One of the questions that I'm being asked about Hooligan is Hooligan gonna be stronger? So I mean, I think they're both fucking strong as fuck, but I'm trying to make a better product. So I can't really, like I said, it depends what Performax was going for, what Aaron was going for. If he was going for a better look, if he was going for something or refresh kind of rebranding look and stuff like that, or maybe he listened to Shane's criticism, that the pumps were not that great. Maybe he was going for that just to upgrade that a little bit. So then mission accomplished. There is nothing to complain about. It's still one of the best pre-workouts. It's not stim junkie, which I actually don't like that term. It's not a hardcore pre-workout or a top hardcore pre-workout, but it's still a very solid pre-workout nevertheless, because it's not worse than the previous one. It just maybe not better in certain aspects, but it's definitely, it's refreshed. I mean, what they wanted, they achieved. I think, from label, from design, from the formula is definitely solid. You can't say nothing about that. And from what I heard, at least, I heard mixed reviews and opinions about the product. Obviously, the more hardcore crowd did not like it because they expected more. Some people did like it. So that's a mixed thing. But unanimously, I heard that they improved on the flavors, and that's also that's also sort of an achievement that they deserve props for that. Especially if they're going for more mainstream, consumer, then I mean, listen, I know already when I'm asked a question about Assassin or Hooligan, who I'm dealing with. If the first question that the person asks, how does it taste? I already know that that's not a hardcore consumer. That's not somebody who's looking for like crazy energy and focus and all that. He is probably an average consumer, which is, again, not a bad thing. Not everybody is the same. Everybody has different goals and different needs. And, why would we, make fun of them or anything like that? So if you have better flavor, better look, and the product is not worse than a previous one, then you still have aspects that are definitely positive. And I guess, what they wanted to achieve, that they did achieve.
Yeah. I'm intrigued by this flavor, this Hawaiian papaya pineapple. I'm a sucker for anything tropical. It sounds like
good.
it tastes good.
I told, because that was always the joke that me and Aaron had, was that I was like, yeah, it's an amazing product. And then he would always say, what's it taste like? I said, bro, it still tastes like shit.
Yeah. They took a while to get their flavoring down.
This is like this is up with some of the best. This tastes really well. I only tried the papaya. It was worth noting though that if you know Performax, they do have StimMax, or they had StimMax.
Yeah, they had that before. Yeah,
that's their high intensity
right?
Stim Pre.
It's not around anymore.
Oh, okay.
They cycled that out for a while.
I wouldn't be surprised if he throws that out again, like puts it up.
Can I add one more thing to all of this rebranding and so on?
Sure.
I'm super happy they didn't do anything with Alpha Max and Mass Max, because these are like my probably two favorite mass building products.
Yeah,
I've used both for like many, I would say, cycles. But the stack is incredible. I know that there is a slight change as far as like KSM 66. They added this instead of like regular ashwagandha, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they didn't mess up with the formula, which is super effective, and I really like it. So yeah, it was probably one of the first product line that introduced or like reminded people about testosterone and other like sterile type of compounds. So yeah, I'm happy about that.
I haven't tried these. He's sending them to me though. I said.
You never tried the older version?
No, he said he's sending me the two to try for 2 months straight, and I'll be like, well.
Well, then you are up for a treat, because this is a really good stack. Really good stack.
Be shooting ropes, Shane. You be blasting ropes all over the place.
Fuck yeah.
$5 super sticker from Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. You are awesome.
Brooke, you're an absolute legend.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We should do an episode. Next week episode should be sponsored by Brooke, or brought to you by Brooke.
Can we invite one of the episodes Brooke on the podcast live?
Yeah, if she wants to join, the invite is always there.
Yeah, let's go for it, because every week she's like chipping in and just like adding extra $5.
There is something to consider with that though. If she's better than one of the three of y'all, then she might be a permanent co-host. We might have to just boot y'all off the show.
One of us is definitely going, because we're all pretty shit.
I'm always in the darkness, so I'm already not here. So you can scratch my ass.
Sean, it's Up Talk Radio. What's going on, Sean? Shane, great lifting video on Instagram today. Sources. Studies have shown that wearing Crocs will increase lifts by 22%.
He just messaged me this. I was like, yeah.
Did you post a lifting video?
Yeah, on my personal, I was doing some deadlifts yesterday, and he said it'd be stronger if I wore Crocs, and I said, yeah.
You would be.
I do barefoot, so I was like, I don't need that extra height. I don't need to be high
Yeah,
off the ground. Okay,
I mean, that's that much more you got to work.
that plays a big role for me.
There you go. Creamy. What's going on, Creamy? Hi, all. Bit late to the party. It's all right, Simon. You're excused. Sridhar, had my final scoop of Hooligan today. I see what you did there.
Very smart.
When is the new Hooligan coming out? I hope the formula stays similar, as I loved everything about the current one. And just reorder another tub. With what, Lukasz? Reorder another tub of Hooligan with what?
Fat discount.
With the code Final Scoop, you can order the painkiller flavor.
As of right now, we were told it's scheduled for mid-November release. But honestly, like I said, I'm very, very skeptical and cautious when I'm saying dates and stuff like that, because every product that we try to release has been delayed. I can say that the formula is garbage because it was actually done by Robert and he doesn't know shit. So it's proprietary blend, and it's horrible. No, it's very, very similar to the previous one with slight, I would say, 15%, 20% adjustments. Right, Robert? Something like that?
Yeah, in that ballpark.
Yeah, but I would say pretty much every single ingredient from the previous one is there. It's just slight adjustments, I mean, if it's good, it's good. I don't see a reason to change anything drastically. So I think if you like the current one, you 100% guaranteed will love the next one. And speaking of releases, watch stacked on Monday. There's going to be... Look at Shane's face.
I was like, what's happening Monday? No one's told me anything.
Well, Shane doesn't know yet because Monday is his birthday, so he's celebrating, but we're going to put him to work.
No. Monday, New Zealand time.
Monday, New Zealand time. So it's tomorrow.
So, tomorrow is my birthday for you.
Yeah, because today is Sunday for you, right?
Today is the 12th, yes.
Yeah. So, look out for some details. A lot of people already figured out what it is, but yeah, Monday is going to be, I'm pretty sure we're going to be revealing the details.
Yeah. Sounds like so much effort. I'm waiting for my merchandise. Oh, here we go. I see this. There we go. Donation. Oh, that was what the $5 super sticker was. There we go. Donation towards choo-choo trains from Poland. Mood lighting, nootropics, and being on Lucas's mind in suspicious locations.
I'll think about that.
You're on point today with the comments, Brooke. You're on point. Jojo, what's the deal with all bodybuilders putting cinnamon on their food? Not even like oatmeal, things like tuna or their eggs. Well, I think bodybuilders' taste buds are largely broken.
Correct.
But I mean, cinnamon's got some blood sugar benefits. I mean, that's the main reason. But do you need to be putting it on scrambled eggs or tuna? No.
Oh, come on.
No.
I like my cinnamon on chicken.
See,
if you're going for like a Turkish kind of vibe, I could see putting cinnamon on there, like, because that's in the spice blend. If you're like doing Turkish food or something, or Middle Eastern food.
It's good on chicken. It's good on beef. It's good on eggs. I like it.
I put it in chili when I make chili. I put some cinnamon in there.
It's good on eggs. Yeah.
Yeah, but Robert is right about the taste buds. I mean, when you're eating the same shit day in, day out, if you can spice it up somehow and add a little something to it, to an average person, it's going to look like it's pretty dumb. I mean, not even an average, it might be dumb, but anything just to make a change and feel something different.
I think it's disgusting that they put ketchup. Like, this isn't solely relegated to bodybuilders, but people that put ketchup on their eggs, I think that's fucking disgusting too.
That is horrible.
It's putrid. I mean,
I actually agree with you on that one.
There we go. We're uniting the world now, Shane. Different cultures. Yeah. We're coming together in this time of strife.
I have a habit of putting garlic salt on my chicken, and
I can do that.
But I know that I probably put too much on there because my wife always says that the classic "Would you like some meat with that salt?" But it's I think it's fucking delicious. There is a point where it's probably too much.
No.
But that perfect balance, I think, for me, is probably too much for other people. But I don't care because it tastes delicious.
I'd be curious for you to try the bacon we have here at the house. Like, I know y'all said American bacon is shit compared to everything else, but like the stuff we made today, it's like super, super salty. I'm curious if it hits the too salty button on your radar or not.
Ooh. I don't know. Did I say American bacon shit? I thought it was. I know whenever I've got it from a restaurant, it's pretty crispy.
Yeah, I thought y'all said like it just wasn't as good as the stuff in wherever y'all got it, like some European breakfast place or something.
In Europe. No, I said Europe. In Europe, and when I was in Poland or when I was in Prague, I went to look for different cuts of bacon, and it's just one. And I was like, and I said to Lukasz, "Why is there only one?" He's like, "How many were you expecting?" I was like, "I don't know, the rest of the fucking pig. What's going on?"
Fuck off.
And he was like, "You just need one."
You get only one. You can get only one slice of pig.
Yeah, just the bacon, and then you have what fucking chicken livers, chicken. I'm like, the fuck.
Yeah.
Replace the organs with the different bacons, please. It would be everyone would appreciate it.
Also, I noticed that in countries other than the United States, especially in Europe, maybe mostly Eastern Europe, I don't know if it's true for Poland, Lukasz, but the bacon is actually not really bacon. It's more like pork belly.
Yeah.
Yes, thicker cut.
Yeah.
More like a thicker cut. Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that, man. If you render the fat just enough to where it gets like a little bit crispy on there and it's kind of juicy when you bite into it, but it's not like chewy fat, it just kind of melts when you bite into it.
They don't treat it like the delicacy it deserves to be.
Apparently not. Oh well.
We're just fat weird American people.
Yeah. Tuna. Do y'all like canned tuna? I don't think I've ever actually eaten a tin.
No.
I've never eaten a tin of canned tuna before.
I don't eat fish, so.
Okay.
Bro, for like 2.5 years, it was like my main source of protein. When I was in college, when I was studying, it was like easy to grab and easy to eat. Just like smash it on eggs or just like add it to rice and just like mix it up.
But you know what, Robert? I mean, I actually don't like canned tuna either.
Plus, I wasn't super bougie guy. So yeah.
Alex, you're Canadian. I think we'll forgive you. You're Canadian for putting ketchup on your eggs, but this is your warning. One more,
Alex,
we're going to
I'm
put
with
you in
you.
the corner of shame.
Robert, the tuna that I had, canned tuna from Italy or Israel with olive oil.
Yeah, the oil pack tuna.
I mean, that one actually tasted pretty good. But the American canned tuna is just
yeah, the bumblebee stuff.
Bro, that's garbage. That's garbage. You can't compare that kind of quality.
Yeah. Jojo, if like the cinnamon does have some benefits as far as maintaining more steady blood sugars and like slowing the release of glucose into the bloodstream. So that's why you see cinnamon bark extract and all the glucose disposal agent stuff out there, because they're like you take. I don't remember what the exact dose was, but like you put a little bit of cinnamon in all your food. You take some cinnamon extracts.
500 milligrams, Robert.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it 5 grams of active cinnamon and like 500 milligrams of the cinnamon capsules? You do that, and that actually helps promote stable blood sugar responses and things like that. So they're doing it for those reasons. Which my dad's a type 2 diabetic, and he takes cinnamon every day. I just like the taste of cinnamon, so I put it on everything. Oatmeal and yogurt bowls and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Gerhard? Hi, G. Hi, Alex. Brooke, I would love to see you go live. There we go. It's another vote for Brooke. We put ketchup on our chips. Now, wait. You say chips. Do you actually mean French fries? I mean, sorry, freedom fries? Freedom fries? Or are we talking like actual potato chips?
No one's putting tomato sauce on crispy potato chips. That's fucking moronic. That's
probably French fries.
Freedom fries. This is America.
Fries.
Freedom fries.
I'll be disappointed if he's putting tomato sauce on potato chips.
On chips. Probably.
You know what is good? You make a homemade blue cheese sauce. Like you make a bechamel sauce, then melt some blue cheese in there. You dip home fried potato chips, like fresh fried potato chips that you make at home. Dip that in some blue cheese sauce. Ooh.
You lost me at homemade.
Yeah.
It's too much effort.
That's what I wanted to say. You lost saying in few words. Homemade.
I ordered some meal prep. Was it on this last week? And someone replied to me and said, "Oh, I see greens on the packet," and it was funny because the ones I had ordered were like they didn't have any greens.
Yeah.
But the typical packaging, and then I got one, and they had hidden what I discovered were capers and olives. And I was like, so I had to sit there, pick these bitches out.
You could just like wolf them down.
I don't want my meal to be ruined with surprise olive, and I had never had capers before, but they looked like a testicle version of a pea, and I was like, no, take them out.
They're super salty. I think you would like them. They're super salty. They don't really have a flavor. It's just salt.
If they don't have a flavor, why put them in there?
They're salty.
Ridiculous.
It's briny.
It was tasted fine without it. In fact, it tasted better without it.
It could elevate the flavor. I mean, do I need a readjurensis in my pre-workout? No, but it adds something.
Here's my strategy to everything. I was watching my daughter the other day, and she didn't want to try this different type of cheese. And my wife didn't understand. I'm like, because it looks different. And she's like, but it's still cheese. And I'm like, see, I stick with what I know is going to taste good. I don't want to risk ruining my day by having something that tastes like shit. It may taste good, but I've never had it before, so I don't know. Yes, that means that I'll never find out if anything new tastes good, but I'm happy to live with that.
Okay.
And capers looked like shit, and I don't want to risk them tasting like shit. So
okay, fair enough. John ordered M2 from Mind Nutrition after TJ's review. Any of you had any experience with this? I tried the original version of M2 like 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't heard of that brand. I didn't even know the brand was still around. I tried it a long time ago. 2017 with CJ. What does the formula look like? Let's see. Mind Muscle Nutrition. Yeah, I'm surprised. I didn't even realize they were still around. All right, let's we'll do a screen share.
That's the brand's name? Mind Muscle Nutrition?
Yes. Here we go.
maybe it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, I mean, this looks pretty much the same.
No, I haven't heard of it.
I mean, I tried this a long time ago. I don't remember what in the hell. If the this still got DMHA in it.
And area.
Yeah, this is a laugh. Who the hell is going to pay $85 for a pre-workout?
It's
That's
discounted. Funny. It's on sale.
Check out this fat discount.
It's on. Yeah.
You see, that's just stupid. To put 85 on it, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's. I think
probably
it's
that's just fat marketing.
Yeah, that's really bad.
If you're a regular consumer who comes on here and sees that, they'll be like, "Oh my god, this is worth twice as much as any other pre-workout, but it's half price."
Yeah.
So I mean, you probably won't get me or you, but you get someone.
Here's something else to consider.
Probably from
they have
that price.
synephrine, not synephrine. It's synephrine right there.
It's just a different version, Robert.
And alpha-yohimbe instead of alpha-yohimbine.
These are different versions. We obviously haven't tried these before.
Maybe they want to be fancy, so they use a different terminology. You know.
If you want to be fancy, you do those little dashes above the E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember trying this back in the day and thinking it was pretty intense from an energy and focus standpoint. I don't know anything about the quality of the ingredients these days, considering nobody is really supplying legit sources of DMHA or the 2-amino isoheptane anymore. So,
well, the citrulline malate doesn't say which one. Is it 2-1 or 1-1?
I would assume 1-1.
Yeah, me too. T-cream at 100 milligram.
That's good. That's a solid dose. It's. I don't think it's the 40%. They would have said. Well, actually, they might not have said 40.
Exactly.
Got the trademark or registered symbol on there either.
No.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it just it has a few questions, but nevertheless, I mean, based on formula, this probably will hit.
Yeah. And if Gerhard's still watching, he will know that this supplement reviews doesn't really look anymore.
Trusted brand.
That doesn't mean much anymore. Let's see what the reviews of this say.
Are they still around? That's crazy.
On their own website.
2019, 2021, here we go. I've been having trouble finding a pre-workout I really liked since the ban on DMAA. Well, that's like 5 years ago, dude. Where are you? Sometimes I need energy.
DMAA ban It was 8 years ago, probably.
This guy's been hurting for years and years now. Yikes.
I have trouble trusting reviews on brands' websites.
Of course.
Because I have to imagine they have the
Bro.
ability to...
Most
though
of
they
them
have
are
those-
bullshit.
They have those different
Yeah.
services and plugins.
Yep.
Now, I still feel they must have some control.
Oh, of course they do.
Because I haven't seen any website, regardless who I go to, where the reviews say it's shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's promoting this.
You know how it works nowadays. We pay you so you can promote our brand.
You gave Double Trouble some good marketing. They got half a gram of DMAA and they...
I'm hearing like nowadays so many times exactly the same story. Like, you help us, we help you. So
Yeah.
that's kind
Scratch
of
my balls, I scratch yours. Same thing.
It's tricky though, because you get that because a lot of other people do it. They assume everyone does. That's why, like, who was it? I can't remember who messaged.
I'm not. I don't want to bash anyone, but recently I was watching the Greg Doucet video, and at the end he says, and help us to sell the products. We will pay you. And I'm like, dude, like, what the
He's
hell?
probably doing the affiliate stuff, I guess, is what he
Yeah.
means.
Yeah. Okay, I understand. He's looking for like a brand ambassador that will, help him to promote the brand. Okay,
Yeah.
but at the end, do you think it's neutral? To go that route? I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Well,
It's a fine line to walk.
agreed. Alex, finally back. Great to be listening to you guys live again. We're glad you're back too, Alex. How is
Canadian
Canada?
brother.
How is Canada these days?
Mm.
Speaking of Apollon, any formula hints that can be given for Kumite? Yes, we have signed Jean-Claude Van Damme, and he's going to personally autograph every single bottle.
And
The
it's going
name
to be a prop blend with a fat discount.
200 milligrams of S7.
and Robert's face on a container.
Yep, doing my big old like bug eyes look. We'll do that one. Do we have an ETA for delivery on Kumite, Robbie?
Also, actually, same day as Hooligan, mid-November.
Okay.
It's hints. It's powder, not pills. More ingredients and different name.
Ooh. That's the first time we've let that leak. That's the first time you let that leak.
Yeah, first time.
Mm.
There's
Shane.
always this first time.
Since you live in New Zealand, how big of a star is Israel Adesanya in those neck of the woods?
Oh shit!
I'm a pretty shit New Zealander because I don't really know when we have public holidays and I don't really watch the news, so I don't know anything that goes on here. But I know he's obviously very famous in UFC, so I imagine he's very famous here. But there was a couple guys, a few other fighters. I think who's that guy? Hangman, can't remember. Hooker, Dan Hooker. There were a couple guys who have fights coming up, and because lockdown hit the day before, from what I understand, they all moved into their gym, and so that meant that their house was the gym, so they didn't have to
Brilliant.
quarantine.
Brilliant.
And apparently a bunch of them did it last year. I think the UFC last year, and they just stayed in there, and because they were considered household contacts, and so a bunch of them did it this time around. I think they were doing it for 2 or 3 weeks, and then apparently they had to go home. I thought it was genius.
No, it was very smart. That made actually news, and I think when it comes to New Zealand and fighting, I mean I don't live in New Zealand, but I would imagine Israel Adesanya is a big star. But I think the biggest star to come out of New Zealand when it comes to MMA would be Mark Hunt.
Oh yeah, but it's like it's hard to say when you see ads on TV, like local products that partner with athletes, it's never them. It's never
Yeah,
like
of
UFC.
course.
we always get like rugby stars, netball stars. Like so he's probably the most famous, some of the most famous athlete right now on the world stage from New Zealand. But he probably won't get the same recognition as like the All Blacks
Yeah.
in the country. But I know his gym that he trains, like his he trains at and represents those guys are really really well known because that's where they all come from, is it not? Like all the top fighters, I think, in New Zealand are from that same place.
So follow up to Alex's previous comment. We put ketchup on our chips. Flavored ketchup chips.
That doesn't answer the fucking question, does it? He's just repeated what.
No, I think it's actually potato chips. The actual, baked potato chips.
Yeah,
I
like
think
Lay's ketchup flavored chips.
Yeah, I think that's what he means. Yeah.
We have ketchup flavored chips here.
Yeah,
Potato chips.
They are very popular in Poland as well.
Yeah, but we're not.
I love ketchup
on potato chips. There's a.
No. I'm talking now flavored, potato chips.
Oh yeah, I can see that. But what cruel human being is dipping their potato chips in tomato sauce or ketchup? It's ridiculous.
I don't know how much do you love ketchup?
See,
that's all I used to dip my chicken nuggets in from McDonald's and the fries. I didn't like any of the little sweet and sour sauce or the barbecue sauce or anything like that. It was
that makes sense.
ketchup.
They give you the sauce. Nuggets are made to be dipped, and the nugget perfectly fits.
I don't like the sauce. Just give me ketchup, man. I didn't want their barbecue sauce or their sweet and sour sauce.
You can get ketchup there, can't you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would only use ketchup. I would never use their sauces.
Oh, that's why they give you options. For picky sons of bitches, like I actually like to get a spread. I like to get one of each.
Do you? You're an equal opportunity man?
Well, I remember when we first went to the US, and he said, "Would you like sauce with your nuggets?" And I said, "Yes." And he's like, "How many?" And we were like, "Wait, what?" And he's like, "How many?" And because in New Zealand you get like 1 per 6, so like there's a limit, and
they're rationing you.
Yeah, he said, "How many?" And I said, 10. He gave me 10. I was
weird. It's like I remember going through the drive-thru as a kid. Like you would get the bag of all the goodies in there, and there'd be like 15 of them bitches in there, and that was like
they ration it. They ration it here.
Man, strict times.
Same with like the fountain drinks you guys do. How it's like
the 44-ounce mega gulp size.
No, how at restaurants they refill.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the first time someone did that. I think it must have been in Salt Lake City. They took my glass, and I was like, I wasn't fucking finished. And they brought it back, and I whispered to my friend, I was like, I didn't ask for a refill. I'm not paying for that. And she looked at me and she goes, the fuck's wrong with you? It's free. It was the best day of my life. Best day of my life. And she said, and I said, since when? And she said, everywhere does that. And I was like, my God. That's amazing.
I would ask what happens like if you go out to eat breakfast at a breakfast place. You don't probably go out to there's no such thing as diners or anything like a breakfast place in New Zealand, is there?
Oh no, they have like restaurants and stuff like that. But you would
be is it like bottomless coffee? Man. Like if you go there, do they just like unlimited refill your coffee?
I don't drink coffee, but as far as I know, nothing's bottomless.
Okay.
You get the odd place, but they'll make it known that it's like
unlimited
a big
coffee
feature.
Okay.
If it's bottomless.
All right. Brooke, the final scoop, awesome. It's too much to live up to live. I mean, catch us on the bad day, and we're not that stellar. Also, my preschool used to give us macaroni with ketchup. Ugh.
Wait, what?
Ugh.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Macaroni and cheese with ketchup. Like my aunt would make us like little chicken nuggets. She'd cook them in the oven. And then we would have macaroni and cheese on the side, so it's like chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese. It's a staple. And then you dip the nuggets in the ketchup, but you don't ever mix mac and cheese with ketchup.
Wait, this is not macaroni and cheese. This is just macaroni, so it's probably just like pasta and ketchup.
No, when Americans say macaroni, they mean macaroni and cheese.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh no, on this one in particular, it just sounds weird.
Yeah. Brooke, back me up on this. Tell me you mean macaroni and cheese, please. I don't want to be wrong.
You guys make a killer macaroni and cheese.
Creamy. Robbie, is the new Kumite still going to be tailored to athletes, fighters, or will it be going down a different avenue?
No, same endurance-based pre-workout. Fighters, strength and conditioning, that type of thing. Yeah.
Strippers, hookers.
Macaroni. See, he's saying macaroni. KD is Kraft dinner, so like the Kraft macaroni and cheese, the little blue box with the
Yeah.
yellow powder that you put on everything, and ketchup is very Canadian.
I didn't know that was a Canadian thing. That you just, I thought that's what they do with maple syrup. I thought they put that on everything.
Yeah. We've only been to Canada once. We went to Niagara Falls the year we were living up in Michigan between 2015 and 2016. We went to go meet my cousins up at Niagara Falls, and so we drove from Michigan, and we stayed on the Canadian side. And we stayed at the Blue Line Diner right there. And then for breakfast, this was the coolest thing. I've never seen this. Of all the wonders of America, I have never seen this at a little diner in the morning. So I got coffee. Sandy got hot tea. They brought her an entire carafe of hot tea. This thing held like 64 ounces of hot tea, and they just put it on the table. Delicious breakfast. The Blue Line Diner in the Niagara area.
Yeah, that's how it should be. When you order, for example, green tea. Sorry, here in Poland, you get a big like a jug, full of tea. But when it comes to like coffee, you just get like
yeah. Okay, so the rest of the world's with the tea. They give you an entire little pitcher of it, and so it's just the American diners that suck for breakfast, giving you hot tea. Robbie, next assassin, put $457 for the sale price, and then put it for the sale price, $59.99. That is a fat discount.
Oh, considering the fact that it was for $300 on eBay, it's not that far off.
There you go.
Then you can use my face for the discount.
Submit a picture of Lukasz's face or Shane wearing Crocs and get a 4,000% discount on the next tub of Assassin.
Fucking top seller.
You deserve a free tub if you can get me in Crocs.
John, I thought cinnamon was anti-inflammatory as well. It does. It has anti-inflammatory benefits. It does, yeah. I don't think that's why bodybuilders are using it, though.
Yeah, I can't imagine they're going to put on enough for it to have an additional effect.
You need like 5, 6, 10 grams of that stuff. And not the shitty, because if you go down the cinnamon wormhole enough, like a lot of the products, especially if you're looking at like the store brands of cinnamon, it's not actually cinnamon bark. It's some other kind of root that kind of looks and tastes like cinnamon, but isn't actually cinnamon. So if you're getting it, go for the actual Ceylon cinnamon, CEYLON cinnamon. I just saw your comment, Robbie.
Oh, well, that was entertaining.
There we go. Alexander, I'm all the way in Florida. When did we become South Canada? Canada is beautiful as always, but struggling with the flu and price increases on raw ingredient and products. Yeah, that's pretty much everybody is dealing with shipping stuff. Not necessarily the ingredients themselves aren't in short supply. It's like the shipping delays and plastic shortages and stuff that's really causing the clusterfuck. Florida is full of snowbirds. I joined late, but do you guys cover the Belfort versus Holyfield fight?
Yeah, that's tonight. That's fun.
Give us a recap, Robbie, because I have not fully aware of
it. They have well, you can't really call it a celebrity boxing. You have boxing today. You have Evander Holyfield at the age of 58 fighting former UFC champion Vitor Belfort in a boxing match, and you have Anderson Silva fighting Tito Ortiz also in a boxing match. It's actually a pretty good card. I mean, mostly entertaining, but Holyfield is bigger and obviously a real boxer. But Vitor Belfort is much younger, a lot faster, and I saw Holyfield hitting the pads. Let's just say it wasn't very pretty. So I don't know.
At his age, Holyfield, we'll do this. Holyfield or Tyson, how much would somebody have to pay you to just stand there and take a punch from one of them?
The way Holyfield was punching the mitts, I would settle for not for a lot of money. I'm okay with it.
Could he potentially kill me?
No.
Are we talking like Drago knocking out Apollo kind of punch?
No.
A legitimate
Uh,
58
the,
hitting you in the face.
the way Holyfield hits right now, I mean, trust me, he was hitting the pads, not a chance. I mean, it's definitely, I hate saying it, but age definitely took a toll on him. I mean, he is 58. Nevertheless, Tyson is in his early 50s, I think 53, 54.
Yeah.
The way he hits, yeah, I wouldn't risk it. He hits hard, extremely hard, and still very, very
But
fast.
if I'm not gonna die,
I would still ask for a lot more money for a Tyson punch. A lot more money.
Only $1,000, Shane?
for Evander Holyfield. But if we're talking
Tyson, I would say 50,000 at least.
okay, no. I'll take it for less than that. Much less. I would take a punch if I'm not gonna die. Like I'm not gonna like.
You still might have a
fracture your jaw,
he can fracture your fucking face and he can put you in a hospital. He hits very, very hard.
I mean, if it's gonna cost me more in medical bills, then that's just pointless. If he's just gonna hit me and all it's gonna do is gonna hurt, then I'll take $2,000.
Oh wow. That's
we don't roll in money as much as we don't roll in as much money as other people. Okay, I still drive a Corolla. We've discussed this. Okay.
You know what this reminds me, and I hate that because Lukasz is gonna be all over this shit right now with the sex shit. That reminds me of something. So when I was, I don't know, like maybe 15, 16, I lived in Israel. So a bunch of guys, everybody was my age. Actually, maybe I was 14 or 15. We got all together. It's like, again, a bunch of stupid boys. One of the guys who is actually in Israeli parliament right now, he is a big shot in Israel. He was maybe about 2 or 3 years older than us. And his mom actually left the family, so he was helping his sick dad, and he was taking care of his brother. So he was 17, but he was very, very responsible at the time, and he was working like different restaurants, dishes, and whatnot, like, helping to support the family. So he was the oldest one among us, and the rest of us were like 14, 15, 16. I think I was 14 or 15. So the typical sex conversation, everybody was super homophobic back then, and everybody was like super like, afraid of even the subject of saying gay. So one of the guys asked the question, how much money would you exactly would it take for you to agree to suck cock?
Oh.
Yeah, so
there is no amount.
Yeah, so obviously, it's a bunch of boys, and everybody said, "Oh, no amount of money, fuck this," not even $1 million, nothing.
No.
I mean, like I said, it was very, very expected answer. Obviously, I was one of those boys. So this older boy who was 17, he goes $5,000.
Oh, okay.
And everybody turned to him. Are you gay? He goes, no. Like,
it's a quarter gay.
Yeah, $5,000. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, everybody started attacking him, and he was super, super, super calm. Now, don't forget, this is Israel, and this is like long time ago. So $5,000 was a lot of money. Probably was equivalent to right now maybe $20,000 or $25,000, at least in Israel. I understand. So he goes, I have a theory about it. He says, I work in a restaurant. He says, I wash, dishes for like, in Israeli conversion probably was like $1 or $2 back then, an hour. He says, I get like $2 an hour, for argument's sake. He goes, I make only $200-300 a week. He says, I don't even make $1,000. He says, a month. He says, and it's really hot in there. It's really painful, and it's really tiring, and I'm exhausted, and I make very, very little money. This is equivalent of me working for 5-6 months. All I have to do is just for a few minutes suck somebody's dick. He says, I'll do it. So everybody like, hold on, are you serious? He goes, 100%. He says, we can even negotiate. I don't know why Shane's $2,000 brought me to that story.
I'm not jumping into this conversation.
I'm not jumping into this conversation. But I feel like $2,000 to get punched in the face isn't bad.
Well, depends by who.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as I'm not gonna like end up with like in a hospital or die, then have at it. It's just gonna be a short amount of pain.
If you're gonna be punched by Mark Glazer, who did point karate, then he's not even gonna touch your face. He's gonna graze your face. Then $2,000 is game. When Mike Tyson's gonna punch your face, $2,000 is gonna look like fucking tip.
Okay, would you rather get? All right, so in their primes, would you rather get punched in the face by Tyson or pile drive by Mike Singletary?
I don't know who the hell.
Linebacker for the Bears on the 85 Bears.
Am I gonna die?
You won't die, but which would you rather happen?
Am I gonna get
tackled like with the full force of some 6'5", 250-pound dude coming at you full force, or Tyson punching you in the face?
Again, so long as I'm not gonna end up with like permanent damage, I'm not gonna end up at the hospital for a month or die. I don't really care either way. It's temporary pain. That's a small price to pay for some cash. I mean, what? A punch in the face or a tackle is what? A second? Very few people in the world can earn $2,000 a second. Very few.
It's not just a second though. You're going to be recovering from that from like 3 weeks from the pain and the swelling and inflammation.
That's fine. You can still do other things with pain. Toughen up.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'll take a punch and a tackle. I'll take both and get $4,000.
There you go. Creamy. Vitor is juiced out of his mind. Literally, if you see his progression over time, he looks younger and younger week by week.
Yeah, he jumped on that sauce.
Yeah, Vitor is his nickname is TRT Vitor. I mean, it's funny because like a lot of guys that are juiced and they big and ripped and look good. Typically, as fighters, they mediocre. But Vitor, for some reason, whenever he's jacked, that's another fighter. I mean, he's lethal. He's super fast. He's super aggressive, and he's super strong. I mean, if it's a real fight, it's not fixed or anything like that. There is no bullshit. Just based on what I saw, Holyfield on pads and stuff like that. I mean, surprisingly, I'm picking Vitor to win. But on the other hand, Holyfield is a true heavyweight, and Vitor, I think, used to fight at 185 and 205, so he's a much smaller guy.
Jojo, Singletary, but a punch is a lot of pain in one area. There we go. I think I'd rather get body slammed by Mike Singletary or tackled by any prominent linebacker, defensive end or something than get punched in the face.
I don't think I'm that pretty. I don't have to see my face, so...
Well, yeah, go back to a couple of weeks ago when, we all said you look like shit and sounded like
shit
fucking...
anyway. I might look better after I get punched in the face.
Oh, that's a tough question.
Would you rather get punched by Tyson twice in the face or get head kicked by Prime Crow Cop once?
Oh, that's a tough one.
I don't know who Crow Cop is.
Oh, yeah, Crow Cop left foot. Left leg. Oof. They even said right legs, hospital, left leg, cemetery. Yeah, that was...
So you could die. Why would I know?
Yeah, I mean, if you look up Crow Cop's head kick, that's a scary thing. And plus, it has he kicks you with the shin. In this case, probably Mike Tyson, but why twice?
That's just the way it's got to go, Robbie.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, because the knuckles have some cushion, but the shin to your head. I mean, look up Crow Cop's head kick against Vanderlei Silva or Alexander Emelianenko. Well, anyone actually. Crow Cop's left kick is scary.
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, top 5 high kick knockouts by Crow Cop.
Yeah, that's a scary shit.
He didn't even hit him.
He didn't hit him. Now, that's not the best one. That's how hard he hits. He actually just grazed him. But you see, he grazed him and he knocked him the fuck out. But you will see the other ones. This one is the lightest one of them all. But, I mean, that left leg is brutal. You see, like, the top of his head.
Yeah, I guess he got him, like, right there.
Yeah, it's a shame, but let's see the other ones. This one was, it was okay. But, boom. No, this one is not, it's not the top one.
Oh, so you don't die.
Well, no. That's just the placement. Look when he actually connects. That's also at the top of the head. So this one is not the best one. And over
Also-
here, he's a lot older. I'm probably the top three. That's gonna be this one.
Emelianenko?
This one was scary.
Damn.
He looked
Yeah.
dead.
The other thing is,
Boom. This one was bad.
we're being asked to
No, I
take it
remember a
without,
guy from
without
Croatia.
moving.
This was not needed to finish him off. He was done. That one. Oh, this one is actually one of my favorite.
Your boy's already bleeding from the eyes.
Oh, he was. And it's a shame. I think Vovchachin's gonna be probably number one. Igor Vovchachin from Ukraine. That guy was never knocked out until he fought Krokop, and that knockout was just. Oof. I think he was asleep.
God damn.
He's also not like having to stand there.
Yeah, I was right. Igor Vovchachin. This was scary. The guy's never been knocked out. Was knocking everybody out. Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah, that's
It was
scary.
good stuff. It was good stuff. All right. Going back to our macaroni and ketchup discussion. This is American mac and cheese. There we go. It's true. Florida is God's waiting room. Yeah, it's because all the old Jews go there to retire, and then it's the stepping stone to heaven. There you go. Will there be pumpkin pie hooligan for the fall?
Oh, please no.
Pumpkin pie pre-workout. Do it, Robbie. Be a game changer.
Gingerbread.
Titan of industry.
No.
Titan of industry.
I like to be innovative, but not that innovative.
The shaker cup that came with my Apollon reorder is a winner. Did you use the code Final Scoop for the fat discount, Jojo? That's the important thing.
The fattest discount.
The fattest. PH fat. Not F fat. PH fat.
We gotta trademark this shit, otherwise someone will steal it. I'm fucking serious, man.
I'm being serious too, Lukasz. No one's gonna steal it. No one's watching this and gonna steal our secrets.
Simply, can you give me a name to work with? Because it's really weird to say so simply too deep when I'm reading these comments.
He's too deep.
One
too
can
deep.
also not go deep simply. You can't go
Yeah.
too deep simply.
It's a little more complicated than that.
He's complicating things so much.
Supplement engineer panel, what is going on? How are you? I'm doing all right, gentlemen. How about yourselves? How are y'all? Are we good?
It's funny how he responds himself to his question.
Oh, I lost my tab. There we go. Glaucophytosa kick. I'm not familiar with that. Who's that?
I mean, the answer is for most of these things is if I so long as I don't die, I'd probably take a punch or a kick.
Okay, here we go. We'll
Or
do this.
permanent damage, of course.
Okay. All right. Boop.
Damn.
Like a bag of feathers.
I feel like the kick has more chance of killing me. So
Yeah,
that's
can I have
probably
a-
why.
Can we get a replay on it? Where's the? There we go. All right.
Ooh.
And he kicked him in the neck, so yeah, neck and jaw. Oof.
Double reset.
Okay, I see why they're calling it a question mark kick now. Okay.
Yeah, he definitely tricked him with that.
Wow. God.
You tricked me. You tricked me.
Okay, Robbie, what would you rather get kicked by? That kick or Jean-Claude Van Damme jump spinning roundhouse to the face?
Yeah, no, I'll take Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's not that.
Okay.
You know why he would take the Jean-Claude Van Damme, right?
Mhm.
Jojo actually didn't get the Labor Day sale, and it didn't give me the options. I assume because of the Labor Day sale. Email Robbie. Did y'all ever see the Kimbo Slice videos?
Unfortunately.
I thought he was badass.
I mean, I mean, his street fights, they were pretty cool.
He died, right?
Yeah.
He's just cool as fuck. I mean, his name is Kimbo. So I don't know if that's his real name, but
By the way, did you guys know that he was promoted and represented by Apollon for quite some time?
yeah.
I'm being serious. In one and also in one of the FIBOs, he was also introduced to our audience as an athlete.
He's just badass. I mean,
I think it was 2006. I think.
if you told me your name was Kimbo Slice, I assume you're a dangerous person.
All right.
I mean, his last name's Slice, for Christ's sakes. I've never met a person with a name like that. That's out there.
All right, this is a question that just actually popped in my email. I figure we can answer it here since it's relevant to the topic at hand. Mark S. Listen to you guys. It's a Polish last name, so Lukasz, I'll get you to do the proper pronunciation offline. I don't know if Mark wants us giving out his last name or not.
Send it on the private.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want you then, because then you're going to say it live, and I don't want you to actually say it live. That's the thing.
No, all right.
All right. Listen to you guys all the time. I'm an avid runner. What would be a good pre-workout and why? Love my caffeine. Would prefer something dosed well with caffeine. My diet is poor due to the fact I'm not hungry much in schedule, so I get my nutrients through supplements. Thanks for your input. Sincerely, Mark.
I mean,
Any thoughts one way or the other?
there's a whole lot of pre-workouts. I mean, he's obviously just asking for a
how long is the run, Mark? And are you just going for a 30-minute jog around the block? In that case, I would just say do a cup of water. I mean, you don't need to be dealing with stuff like beta-alanine, citrulline, betaine, all of that shit. You don't need that for a runner. If you're an endurance athlete, that's when I start to venture into the Kumite range or something like Endurelite is a good endurance brand that does some stuff. A lot of the endurance pre-workouts and supplements are shit on the market. A bunch of them are just energy gels that are just some simple carbs and whatnot. But I mean, 200 mgs of caffeine, maybe a little bit less. I guess you could make an argument for some citrulline or pico too, but you don't have to get too fancy with it.
Can I respond in Polish?
Yes, you can. Go for it.
No. It wouldn't be like a mess. Plus, no one would,
Well, he's a ski like you and me. Lukasz.
Nah, Mark. If I would definitely. I don't know if you are eating something before your training sessions or not, and what time do you train. But if you don't train before your endurance sessions, then I would just stick to caffeine, for example, a black coffee or something, and just add to it electrolytes, because this combo works wonders for me. I personally don't eat before my training sessions, so I only take a pre-workout, but that's basically from my side. But for example, today I didn't had on me. I don't know how this happened, but I didn't had anything before my training session, and I just smashed some coffee and just took electrolyte powder, and I had basically an amazing workout. The pumps were unreal, so that's what I would stick to. And if you're into running, then this will be a good option for you, in my opinion. But if you are looking for specific recommendations for products. Just let me think.
A 30-minute run.
Yeah, that's not too much, right?
When you just
But-
have like a coffee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it depends on the severity and duration. I mean, if it's just running, you don't need to waste the money on a pre-workout. I mean, Brooke brings up a good suggestion. Endurance.
Yeah, Durolin. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of money. Well, not a lot of money, but it's a good chunk of money for.
I mean, Enduralin's what, 84 servings for $20?
I don't know. I don't know if Mark lives in Poland or somewhere else. If he lives in Poland, that will be hard for him to get Enduralin because it's not that popular brand, and you can't find it in stores in Poland. So
Yeah.
that can be a difficult thing.
Yeah. I've got your email, Mark. We can go back and forth a little bit more in depth. Go ahead, Robbie.
Yeah, I think that you guys nailed it. I mean, it depends if it's just for a run. Typically, a cup of coffee will do the trick more than enough. In terms of food, that I never give advice because everybody is different when it comes to it. Like, I cannot like have food and go for like run or anything that has to do with endurance. I like to do it on an empty stomach. And in terms of supplements, I would obviously recommend Kumite, but it's gone, and the new one is still in the process. And Durolin is a good product too, but it all depends on what kind of activity. If it's something that has to do with CrossFit, endurance, maybe strength and conditioning to an extent, fighting or stuff like that, then yeah, a supplement can definitely help a lot. A well-dosed supplement. And most of them are indeed crap on the market. I mean, I would say 99% probably. But if it's just a run and the caffeine, because he stated he likes caffeine, if caffeine works, then continue with caffeine.
There you go. Shane, I have a question for you. In your discussions with Jack Factory, if they are prevalent or not, I saw Hydro Surge is going into a capsule. Are they still going to do the powder? Because the powder was pretty decent tasting. I've gone for a couple of tubs of it.
This is just a capsule version, because the price is double.
Okay.
Well, it's not double; it's the same price, but you get half the servings. But the formula is identical.
Yeah, and that's what I hope they're not getting rid of the powder form. I always prefer powders over pills anyway.
I don't think so.
Okay. And see, my other issue with that is with taking the capsules is like people aren't going to be taking enough water. You want to take water if you're trying to hydrate yourself to enhance the absorption and the uptake of all the minerals and whatnot.
They're a pretty big brand. I have to imagine maybe they've had a lot of requests for it. I mean, it's an odd thing to put into capsules, but I'm assuming they didn't do it without reason.
Right, and I mean, I know they have like the little like tablets you can crush up. Like they have electrolyte tablets for that you could crush up and mix in the water, or just chew and then chug a bunch of water with that. But I've never understood the fascination with caps. I would almost always rather pills. I'm sorry, powders.
They have the stick packs as well, so I would have thought that would have been something you just throw down if you actually wanted the convenience.
Yeah.
Did you see the Starburst C4? Has anyone tried them?
No, I have not even seen them in the store yet. But that is on my radar to do when I pick up. Have you tried it yet?
No.
Who sells C4 in America? Like, where do you get them? Like the energy drinks? I can't find them anywhere.
Cellucor?
Everybody.
Yeah,
Cellucor sells C4.
No, I know, but I mean, in terms of like stores and stuff like that, because all I see is Bang and
The grocery store by us, HEB, sells them.
really,
Walmart has them as well.
maybe I didn't check Walmart. Okay.
Robbie is too highfalutin for Walmart. He only shops at Whole Foods.
No, I go to I went to local 7-Eleven to check it out and like little stores, and I didn't see them. I saw C4 Energy like shots or something like that, but they didn't look like.
They're at Vitamin Shop. That's where the
Vitamin
Starburst
Shop
flavors launched.
Oh,
It was pretty
okay.
cool because this is their first collab.
Alex, I believe Jack Factory just received all of their NPNs from Health Canada and will be available at retail stores within months to come. Okay, I guess that means north of the border. So northern Mexico will have their NPNs cleared. It'll be good to go.
Oh, Robert, maybe
Yes,
Shane
sir.
knows too. Question. Remember I told you I really like one of my favorite protein powders was from Gaspari, the egg caramel, salted caramel.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's me or or maybe you heard something happen. I just actually picked up a container because I really liked it. Wanted something different. Wanted to see it. I haven't had it in a while. I didn't like it.
Really? Did it change? Was it super salty or something? Or?
That's the thing. You know what? It seemed like very salty. I mean,
Did you take the top?
It's just very weird because I remember when you talked about it when you did a review like a long time ago. I picked it up because I always like to research and check it out, and I picked up the Rich's what is it, peanut butter cups that he has the rip off. I hated that one. I absolutely hated that one. Didn't like it at all.
I mean, it wasn't terrible.
But salted caramel, I really liked. It was actually one of my favorites. I really enjoyed that one.
What I would do, don't hate me for this, Robbie, I would mix a scoop of that with a scoop of the Apollon chocolate.
Yeah, I did that too, and that was
awesome.
that worked too. That was 100% great. I mean, like I said, even on its own, and I just give props for props. Typically, I'll pick up a container from somebody just for research purposes or whatever, and I will try it like twice, 3 times, and that's
Give it to rats.
Yeah, give it to somebody But that salted caramel, it was actually one of 2 products that I really liked. The other one was from Beam salted peanuts. That one I really liked too. So those 2 I really liked, and I picked up right now salted caramel from Gaspari, which is probably now 2 years later. And I just had a shake literally like maybe half an hour before the podcast, and I really didn't like it. So I was wondering maybe they changed something or maybe my taste. But I mean, I couldn't go from really enjoying it to like disliking it this much. I don't even want it. I mean, it's just not good. So I wonder if they changed something.
Yeah. You mentioned salt peanuts, Robbie. Homework for all the listeners and people that catch us on the replay. Go look up Dizzy Gillespie, famous jazz trumpet player, Salt Peanuts, jazz song. Everybody go look that up after this. Alex. Brooke, are you going to the O this year? I know Gerhard from Fitness Informant is going there. I will not be in attendance. Robbie, are you going to the O? Shane, Lukasz?
I wish.
No.
But not.
Do they even have an expo?
I bought a pay-per-view, so I'll be watching.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll be watching. But I don't even know. I mean, do they have an expo?
Yeah, they do.
They do?
Well, yeah. I mean, I know Singerman pulled all the money from. Oh no, that was the Arnold. Never mind, not the Olympia.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, but just
It's too long of a swim.
nah, because
No, collect your money for Poland.
Yeah. I'm keeping my money to go.
Don't waste time. Don't waste money.
Leave on February. I go live in Poland.
There you go.
I'll better send you honest photos of the roads and the
Trains.
Please
and
do.
the 6 stores and the
McDonald's.
The first thing you go to is the sex stores.
Sex stores.
Lucas is telling me that they're everywhere, so I mean, I'll make sure
I'm guessing the sex stores in Poland are kind of like Dunkin' Donuts in Boston. Like every other corner, they've got one around there.
We'll go to the most finest ones.
There we
So
go.
to their
The high
credit,
class ones.
when Lucas says that he's on the way to the supermarket, that's a good placement for a sex store.
It's a high volume area.
Because
You see a lot of people walking through.
usually you see them like tucked away or like around the corner. This is by a supermarket. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Robbie, in answer to your earlier question about where to find C4 energy drinks, GNC, Tom Thumb, and then I'm gonna get the panels associated. Like, how do you say that last grocery store's name? Because Sandy thought it was pronounced a different way than what it should be pronounced.
Publix.
Shane, how do you pronounce that last word?
Publix.
Okay, Robbie.
Same.
Okay.
How is he meant to?
What?
No, it's pronounced Publix, but Sandy thought it was Publix.
Oh.
No. I'm pretty sure there's only one word that's pronounced with the pube, and that
Bro,
is-
I'm Polish and I didn't even know how to spell it. What the hell?
Huh.
It's Sandy. I mean,
Is
you
he
know,
for real?
unfortunately, so yes.
Well, you get that one. You get the is it the niche and the niche?
Yeah, I would say niche.
Yeah, but I mean, you're in the minority there. I think a
Well,
lot
yeah, I
of
know.
Americans
Dumb
say
Americans say niche. Yeah.
niche.
Yeah.
And I've never got that, but it's kind of like they say cliche. I've never heard anyone say clutch. But when I first heard it, I was like, "What the fuck did you? What the hell was? What did they say? I didn't know what they're talking about. I've never heard it."
Yeah. Brooke, that sounds like it's outside the. Oh no, it's gonna be an indoor expo. There's just thousands of people there. Outdoor activities are a no-go. There are people.
People have problems.
They can be.
I'm not a fan. That's why whenever we get a FIBO or Olympia,
Yeah.
out of there by like 10 or 11. I'm not hanging around.
Going back,
Public.
going back, going back to
You could say
Expo.
Publix in that sense.
Oh God.
That made it worse.
It did. Oh. Creamy. Any news on the Primeval protein bar? It's been a month or two since I've talked to the guys at Primeval. I know they went through some internal restructuring and they're cleaning out some inventory as far as product lines and all that. I don't know when the protein bar is actually going to be released. I mean, that thing's been in development. I think I got the first images of that back in 2017 when Sandy was in the hospital having her C-section when we had the halfling ripped out of her. So if
You mean gifted to you?
well, but if you could hear the suction sound that came out when you ripped the baby out.
No.
Imagine the scene from Alien, but in revert. Well, actually, no, it's probably pretty close to it. It's just a like that kind of a sound. That's what that sound was when it was whoosh. Yeah. But that was the first time I remember seeing those the first images of what the Primeval protein bar used to be way back then, and then it's gone through several different iterations. I'm not sure when it's going to be released or what the current iteration of it will be. I can reach out to Anthony and the guys over there and see what's going on.
I think their Ghost RTD might be coming out before the end of the year.
The Ghost RTD?
Yeah.
Is it going to be
Someone-
carbonated or kind of like the C4 RTD? Where it's in a screw top
The carbonated
plastic bottle.
protein shake sounds like death.
Which
But
one?
I'm pretty sure.
Wait. You say RTD? I'm thinking pre-workout. I'm not thinking protein shake.
I'm talking protein shake.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
My bad. I should have been clear. It's from what I understand, it's a bottled protein shake RTD.
Kind of like Labrado one, right?
It's coming in a bottle, so not that carton style thing, the cardboard one. It's a plastic bottle, I think.
But is it going to be of the current protein that they have, or is it going to be something new?
I'm assuming they probably might have tweaked it or tailored it for
Oh,
the
okay.
RTD. I don't imagine it. I mean, most protein powders aren't like
Like a meal replacement,
super
right?
lean. I doubt that they're going to be putting carbs in this one.
Oh, okay.
But usually it's not as lean as the protein powder.
Keto friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, keto friendly.
Jojo, we excuse Sandy. She's a math teacher, not an English teacher. That is correct. She is a mathematics teacher.
You have to have heard the word Publix said. Like when you walk in, do they say welcome to Publix?
No, there's never, like, the areas we've
No
lived, there have
announcement.
never been a Publix grocery store.
There's no ad?
Not where we've seen, no. And we don't even have TV. I'm like, we cut the cord a long time ago and don't even really watch TV.
Yeah, I've never owned a scheduled television, but it's I don't know. I would feel like if you would think someone called their supermarket Publix, that you would
Publix.
realize there's a guy. Oh shit,
Oh.
he's gone.
Oh,
Oh shit, he's gone.
His internet's down.
isn't it?
Hey, so listen,
There we
I'm
go.
at the
I don't know what happened.
hotel and I have a better internet connection than this fuck.
No, click leave studio somehow.
And I didn't pay shit for it. It's free.
You got better internet than you do at home, Luke. Oh my god.
Bro,
All right.
special regards from Paris.
There we go. The beauty of birth, said no one. Yeah. Yeah.
I felt bad because there were several times where I just wanted to pass out. I was like, no, I've seen movies, and I'm like, and the whole time my wife's like, the fuck are you passing out for? You're not doing anything. You're just seeing this shit.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
No, they doped her up. She was actually a week delayed on doing that. And then the amniotic fluid got low, and then they said, all right, we're going to put you in for a C-section, which she was good because her pain tolerance sucks. She has a horrible pain tolerance. So if there was a way to go, it was to get a C-section. And so that's what happened. And she didn't have to deal with any of the pain. She got the drug. She was feeling all good and happy.
I remember they said like if it takes too long that they do the C-section or something.
Yeah.
You should play the Salt and Pepper. Push it real good.
I was in that room and there was nothing that I was going to say or music that I could have sung that could have made the process any happier. Maybe if Mike Tyson punched me in the face, it might have made her feel better.
All right. Simon says, Flex Wheeler's pre-workout, not sure if covered yet. He said he would match that with anyone on the market. Simon, apparently you are not a dedicated listener of The Final Scoop. We covered this last week. For that, you must go sit in the corner of shame and repent for your sins and transgressions against this panel.
I like that he said, I matched that with anyone on the market.
Yeah. Yeah, his pre-workout, to put it nicely, it's shit.
Sorry, Robbie, my money is on Wheeler.
Lukasz, we need to get a fat discount from Flex Wheeler.
Yeah, we gotta do something about it.
We gotta work on that.
This is one of those cases where he would have to pay us to take this shit.
There are outlets in the supplement industry that would. There certainly are.
You know what? I mean, okay, we said that the pre-workout is shit, and we covered all that, and that's all good.
Yeah.
My thing is that I'm all for marketing, I'm all for hype, I'm all for that. Only when you can actually back it up or actually can come close to it, because somebody can call you out on that, and that can bite you in the ass. You know, like those fighters who are saying, I'm going to kill this one, I'm going to kill that one, and then they go and they get embarrassed. I think that's the reason why Conor McGregor, especially the early Conor McGregor, he would talk shit, but he would back it up, and that's what made it even more, it made it cooler. So when you're making a claim that you would match any pre-workout, you know, I mean, the only thing that comes to mind, are we competing about the label beauty or... Yeah, because definitely not the ingredients or the dosages or the performance or anything like that. So why would somebody, you know, if I would say it, I'm a nobody. Okay, so I can say it and nobody's going to give a shit. But you're a Flex Wheeler. You're one of the most, one of the most famous bodybuilders of all time. You're an iconic bodybuilder. You're a legend in the sport. Your name is cemented in the world of bodybuilding. Why would you throw yourself under the fucking bus by making such ridiculous, stupid claims that, it's just, who's handling your marketing? Are you that dumb, or somebody told you to say it? Somebody wrote it for you? That person should be not fired, but fucking killed. My only thing is, like, why say something so stupid and so obviously ridiculous and not true? Like, where's the angle? Clearly, you're not going to make money off of it. Clearly, your product's not going to be more famous. You're just pointing attention to a major flaw in your product, which the product is shit. I'm trying to find logic. Like, really, like, we know the product is garbage, but I'm trying to find logic in this type of marketing. Like, where does it come from?
Yeah. I mean, he got everyone talking.
But it's not going to sell more product. Yeah, it's embarrassing.
There is that old axiom, no press.
It might actually sell more product.
Yeah.
It might actually. I mean...
Oh, you mean from 2 containers he's going to sell 3?
Maybe.
Hey, man, that's a 50% increase in sales.
Maybe there's no way
in hell he said that and like there's not an aspect of it. I haven't touched the thing. Maybe it smells like roses. I don't know. Nothing about that pre-workout makes it above the best in any sense of the word.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a country in the bottom of the. Maybe he sells it in Antarctica and he's the best in Antarctica. I don't know, but it's
I'm pretty sure C4 is there.
probably yeah.
You know, so
But there's
C4
no-
shits all over
there's-
this thing.
There's no
You may
way
laugh,
he's-
but he may sell tons of this shit in
he probably sells.
Emirates and so on.
It sounds dumb, but like maybe if he didn't say it, it wouldn't have got as much attention.
Maybe not. Brooke, it's okay, Simon. I've been in the corner of shame a couple of times. It's not so bad. Simon, it's strong. Start with a half scoop. Yeah.
I don't think that I would. If they hit me up and said, "Hey, can we pay you to review this?" Be like, "Look, give it to me for free and I'll review it." And then you know what? Don't worry about the money. 'Cause
You say, if you want to pay for a review, go to... All right, so, yeah.
there's no way anyone would. I mean, it would just be too obvious.
But wait. You're raising a very interesting question right now.
Shane, you have much greater hope for humanity
Yeah, no,
than I
but
do.
he actually brought up something very, very interesting. So, not naming anyone because it's probably pretty obvious who they are, but you know, we've seen some of the product of the year, pre-workout of the year, brand of the year, this of the year, best of the best, etc., with products that are shit. My question is, if this company, Flex Wheelers company, whoever's behind the product, would pay to somebody,
entities.
yeah, to those entities, do you think they would actually have the balls to call it a product of the year? Because I mean, they've done pretty bad, but
You have to
it's
play an angle.
interesting.
You'd have to play like. You'd have. I always like to try and find, regardless of who gives me the product to review. I try and find what they're trying to communicate, right?
Yeah.
Like if someone like HyperMax or like Assassin. Like if you gave me Assassin and I'd only ever had C4 and I was blowing off my fucking balls, I would be like. This is fucking shit. I feel horrible. It made me dizzy. I wanted to throw up. But you need to step back and you need to realize that, okay, it's a high stim pre-workout. It's for an intense market, right? So you
Shane,
gotta-
I want to
you gotta
interrupt you for 1 second. Is blow it off your balls different than lost your balls?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a step up. That's the next one.
But if you blow up your balls, you're gonna lose them.
You can't...
Not necessarily. They did, well,
Lose your balls can be found.
blow off.
Blow off takes a much longer time to find. You may never find it, if you get what I mean. But my point is that, like, you have to find the angle or the positive, at least something.
I can only
So
see
that
two.
you're
I can only see two
I
angles.
cannot see any benefit. or
I,
positive angles.
I can see not positive, but I can see only two angles. Angle number one, the best pre-workout on the market from a retired bodybuilder
No, not
who
that angle.
won the Arnold Classic and shit like that. I mean, or the best pre-workout for a 5-year-old.
I wouldn't even give this to a 5-year-old.
True.
That's not even by a retired bodybuilder, or even an Arnold winner. I mean, retired bodybuilder, you've got a whole bunch. Arnold winners, you've got a bunch. I mean, there's no.
You just can't
couldn't-
find an angle. I mean,
I couldn't.
It's impossible.
What he should have done is gone with his basic formula, like whatever, and he should have said infused with, I don't know, the genetics of Flex Wheeler, or made it some sort of gimmicky flavor, because that would have been the only way to play it up, and then it could have been like a cool fan experience, get a piece of history, a 1 of 1,000 bottles of the first ever Flex Wheeler pre-workout. I don't know, but he didn't give you anything other than, like, you know, like I said, Assassin, you'd be like, oh, it's super high energy. If you like high stim, there's nothing I can see. Like I said, even if someone gave it to, if I reviewed it, it would have to be bad. I mean, like I might try it and it might be very different. I might be incredibly surprised.
You'd buy blow off your balls.
It might blow off my balls. Or they might just stay dead still. Who knows?
There you go. There you go. Last call for any comments, questions, or smart-ass remarks from the listeners tuning in. At this time, we'll also take a minute to remind you, Shane, what are we going to remind them to do?
Eat your vegetables.
No.
Eat your vegetables and wear your Crocs.
There we go.
And
buy some funky slippers.
And go to Apollon Nutrition and you can get a sweet discount.
Something that will blow off your balls.
So blow off your balls. Site-wide, 10%, whatever it is.
I was going more for the comment, subscribe.
Oh, we have to end.
It's,
okay.
it's 15%, right?
It's 15%, man. It's a better discount than you get with the athlete codes.
Oh, that's fatter. That's fatter than I ever thought.
Yeah, that's why your sweetness ain't shit to my fatness.
God. All right. Brooke, thank y'all for the stream. Thank you for tuning in and listening to the four of us just go off the rails completely.
Brooke, thank you very much for cash, and please consider jumping on the podcast with us. We will be greatly appreciated if you will tune in with us.
Be good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Also, everybody listening right now, go click that little like button that's right there. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button. Do all that. Comment below. It helps us climb up in the almighty algorithm that dictates anything and everything to which our eyeballs are exposed these days.
Yes, because the mighty algorithm is looking and it's searching. And it's always monitoring.
It is. And make sure you sign up for notifications and email alerts from stack3d.com.
Yes.
Because some motherfuckers just...
And subscribe to Apollon Nutrition.
Yes. Does Prometeus have anything, Lucas? Do you want them to subscribe or click on anything or do anything?
If you are a wholesaler or a retailer, you can always message me, or you can contact Prometeus.nl.
Slide into Lucas's message box with some illicit pictures.
All messages go straight to me, so yeah,
There we go.
I'm a one team guy.
Outstanding. All right, my friends. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to listeners tuning in. We appreciate your support each week with all of this, and we will catch you next time on The Final Scoop.